The acquisition that did happen yesterday with the Sixers is the acquisition of DeAndre Jordan. My take on this throughout the entire week that it started to get reported is, okay, let's see what he's got. I don't think it's a lot. I don't think he's going to come in and nearly get you the Andre Drummond minutes that Andre Drummond was giving you here in Philly. But I think it'll be something more along the lines of maybe 10 minutes a game, somewhere around there. And then you'll have guys like B-Ball Paul, you'll have Bassey, you'll see those guys mixed in a little bit. And then you also see, of course, Paul Millsap getting some more time power forward and center while Joel Embiid is not on the court. I'm really interested to see what James Harden can do with DeAndre Jordan. The two were very efficient while they had some time together with the Brooklyn Nets. But that was a year ago. These guys are another year older. DeAndre Jordan, most notably, another year older. Want to see how they actually work together, what you can see from a guy like James Harden and what he can get out of DeAndre Jordan. Because all I'm looking for, this is all we need. It's not going to be, can't say it enough, the LA Clippers version of DeAndre Jordan. I'm sure you'll hear that a lot, however long DeAndre Jordan's here in Philadelphia. But if you could just get a guy to get you boards, give you some defense, and then on the other end of the court, the offensive end of the court, actually attack the rim, you're set. You're set. If you're Will Cauley-Stein, it's not a lot of confidence in you, obviously. But if you're some of these other guys, I think you're looking at DeAndre Jordan as, one, a veteran presence, B, a guy to take up some body and some space, defensively speaking, a guy to attack the rim and pick and roll. That's what you're going to be waiting for and watching with DeAndre Jordan being here. The question is whether or not he can still do that with any semblance of efficiency. And I know a lot of people have their doubts about it. I know a lot of people are thinking this is a waste of a move. I think if it's Doc Rivers and it's Daryl Morey making it, I'm missing something. There's something they know about him, and James Harden as well. There's something they know about him that I certainly do not know about him. And I have confidence in both those parties, most notably Daryl Morey, because I don't think he would just waste a move. You know, I have a lot of confidence in Daryl Morey at least giving it a shot. There's no guarantee that he'll be on the active roster come playoff time or anything like that. But when it comes to this particular move, why not give it a shot? I hate the fact that the Sixers had to give up Andre Drummond, or at least felt like they had to give up Andre Drummond to get James Harden here in Philadelphia. Would have loved to have maybe kept Andre Drummond out of that because he was so perfect in that backup role to Joel Embiid, especially because it was the first time he was ever backing up anybody in the NBA. DeAndre Jordan has already gone through that backup center role with the Brooklyn Nets, and then obviously was doing it with LA as well. So he had kind of already been through that motion. Andre Jordan was just basically trying to keep his career going by the time he got here to Philadelphia earlier this season, or last offseason. So for me, that's all I need. I want to see somebody kind of come in and take over that role of getting you boards. And Andre Drummond, it was hard to do better than what he was doing for you. So you're not going to be better than Andre Drummond as a backup center, especially what I think will be limited minutes with Jordan. So you're going to get a guy in here that hopefully gets some rebounds, attack the rim, and give you some offense if the ball happens to find him on the offensive end of things. Other than that, one of the most pleasant surprises of all this, because I've talked about spacing a lot. I've talked about Tobias Harris growing. I've talked about Tyrese Maxey growing. Other than all that, the biggest surprise, the most pleasant surprise has been how Doc Rivers has really handled this lineup. He came out and told reporters before James Harden ever played his first game that he wanted to make sure he had Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid, James Harden, and Tyrese Maxey. He wanted to have two of those four guys on the court together at all times. He wanted to have at least two of those guys on the court. And so far, he has done that in their first three games together. I look forward to seeing that continue tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers.